Editors, moving on. We're down to the last couple of steps here, and that is music. All right, we have everything we need: opening shot, intro, subject, everything that matters is in here now. But what makes it even more, what's gonna make this a lot better, and it's gonna sell, is the music. Music is powerful. Everybody likes music, and we gotta throw that in. All right, so I added a soundtrack here called ES Lupus and whatever, right? So I'm going to take that soundtrack and I'm going to just dump it into the audio, right below the audio of the ladies. Just dump it anywhere down here. Make sure you don't dump it over the dialogue. Careful with that. If you do, Command Z. And then just make sure that once you have this in here, and you bring this over to the beginning. Now let's see what we have.
Ladies, it's time to hit the soccer field and show your face.
All right, so the opening looks really good with the music playing, but then when they start talking, it overwhelms them, right?
All the girls' soccer tries are coming.
You can't really hear what they're saying anymore because the music is getting in the way. So what we need to do is have normal volume for music here and lower volume here so we can hear them. And let me show you how to do that. I'm going to take the razor blade tool, razor blade, or Command K. Actually, C, I guess. So you take the razor blade and we are going to cut it right here where, right when this ends and this comes in. Click on it and you will have two different audio clips here. It's the same music, but now they're two different clips. Okay? This will remain normal, but this here on this side, it's going to have lower volume. How do you do that? If you click on this audio here and you look at the effects controls for the audio, you'll see that the level is set to 0, regular decibels. The general number for voiceover music at the same time is, for music, it's going to be negative 20. That's the level of music volume we're going to use when they're talking. Sometimes it's negative 25, depending on the actual volume level that the music comes with. But negative 20 is what I usually try first. You'll notice the sound waves are a lot smaller on this side now than on this side. Normal volume, lower volume. Now let's listen, see how it looks.
Ladies, it's time to hit the soccer field and show your faces, babe. All the girls' soccer tries are.
You'll see that you can hear them better now. The music is just mellow in the background, not taking too much attention away from their voice. But what I don't like is this awkward cut.
Ladies.
How it just goes from 0 to negative 20 and like so quickly. For that, we're going to do a transition, an audio transition. If I select this cut right here with audio, and I hit Shift D on my keyboard, Shift D, D for dissolve, you'll notice that a transition is added to the music. Now let's listen to that.
Ladies, it's time to hit the soccer.
You see how it kind of dissolved a little bit into the low level? It's not just an awkward cut.
Ladies, it's time to.
It kind of blended into the low volume, okay? But there's more. Right now, I'm currently too far away from seeing the way this is laid out, okay? You can take this, the scrolling bar here below your timeline and push this closer, and you can zoom in and out of your timeline, see? That way you have better control over what's happening here, okay? So if I take the dissolve effect here and I pull this little bar and make it bigger, that's going to lengthen the transitional portion of that. Let's see.
Ladies, it's time to hit the soccer field and show your fierceness.
Much better. Much better. Okay? It gently dissolves into low volume.
Ladies, it's time to hit the soccer field and show your fierceness.
There you go. All right? All right, now, because the music, this kind of ends here, okay? I'm going to just go ahead and cut it here. I'm going to get the razor blade, and I'm going to cut that, and this can go away. All right, now let me explain what's going to happen here. One of the things that some of the editors do is they'll take the flyer one more time, and they'll add it to the end so we can see it one more time. And then they'll extend that music to the end of the flyer. Just for like a quick recap, you know what I mean? It's a quick recap, just a quick reassurance of what they just talked about.
Contact Coach Gutierrez for more information.
And now this is and then you're officially done. All right. There are other knickknacks you can add to this just to make the information a little bit more for a little bit more. So you can put more information in here. So, for example, they do mention somebody's email.
Contact Coach Gutierrez for more information.
So, a lot of times what you can do is take the type tool, and here she's asking in this portion, she's asking to contact somebody for more information, right? Coach Gutierrez. So you can actually type the coach's email. For example, they're talking about Armando Gutierrez. He's the coach for girls soccer this year. So we're gonna put in Gutierrez _ Armando at Montebello.k12.ca.us. And now you've added some, I misspelled Montebello. So now you've added some text to the mix here. There's your text. It appears here on the screen and it appears here on your timeline. And then you can adjust it to your liking. And then here we have this. The thing about fonts on video is you always have to make sure you choose a thick font, something that can be read from far away. Remember, these kids sometimes watch this on OilerTV on Mondays, so get used to adding some thick fonts to the visuals here. Something they can read from afar, or even from their phone, if they're looking at it from their phone. A thick font usually helps. Make sure it's nice and centered. When you're trying to center something, I like to hold down the command key on my keyboard, and then I'll kind of pop a guide that says, hey, this is the center right there. Boom. So now as this will appear as they say it.
Ready to show us what you got. Contact Coach Gutierrez for more information.
See that? Maybe the beginning here could use some flair. What should we put on there, right? Well, you can put something by using the type tool. You can put in, girls, and then put ... It's soccer time. And then pick a nice font for that. A nice thick font. Not something cursive or thin, You want a thick font that really yells at them. So, I don't know. I'm going to choose something messy here. Make it huge. Make it big. Change the size of the font to a larger size. And then take the selection tool. You can move it and place it where it's visible. Here's the font. I'm going to move it and align it to the title and fix it to my liking. So now let's see what we have.
Ladies, it's time to hit the soccer field and show your fierceness, babe. All the girls' soccer tryouts are coming on Thursday, October 2nd at the football field after school. All grade levels can try out and be a part of the team.
Then we have tryouts on Friday, October 3rd for returning players.
Fill out the form using the QR code on the screen prior to the tryouts.
For athletic gear, bring water, and be ready to show us what you got.
Contact Coach Gutierrez for more information.
There we go. There we go. And congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You've completed an OilerTV video edit. After that, I come in and I'll put in the rest. I'll put the seal of approval. I'll put the logo here. I'll put, if this is going to be a singular piece that we put out, then I'll put the logo at the end. If it becomes part of the newsreel on Monday, then this whole chunk goes into the main mix with everybody else's edit. And that is how you edit something to promote something on OilerTV. All right. When you are done with something like this, the way I collect your work is you save it. You hit Command S on your keyboard. That'll save that. Command Q. That'll quit the editing software. And you'll notice here everything, it's saved in one place. Once again, your edits, your sources are all here. Any additional sources you added from the internet are here. Nothing gets moved, nothing gets deleted. Keep it closed. And this is what I collect from you, a folder. You give this to me. I'll come by and pick it up one way or the other through an external drive of some sort. And then I add it to the OilerTV mix, wherever it is we may use it. Okay? Congratulations, you are now an editor. If you need to go back and relearn how to do some of these editing tricks, you may do so by looking at the tutorials. All right?